So if you are an expert or coach, consultant, or speaker, and you know you're good at what you do, but you're still struggling to get consistent clients, well, by the end of this video, you're going to know exactly the 3 keys to turning inconsistent revenue into consistent clients and how to finally build a business where your clients are consistent, you have a consistent base, one that your expertise deserves. Now, if that is something you might be interested in, you might want to keep watching because this video is exactly for you. Well, hello, awesome people. If you are new to me, I am Marshalyn Hudson, and I'm a personal brand and growth strategist. And this channel is specifically for the expert coach, consultant, speaker who is done being the best kept secret and ready to build a brand that actually brings in consistent clients. Now, if that is you, let's get into it. So I want you to get that pen and get that paper because we are ready to dive in. So let me ask you something. Have you ever had an amazing month? Clients coming in, revenue flowing, everything feeling like it's finally working. And then the very next month, everything slows down and you're wondering, where's my next client coming from? Or 2 months go by and you hadn't gotten a client. I get it because I've been there. And it doesn't have to be, because sometimes we think we may have a visibility problem. We think I need to show up more, but it's not that. It could be the clarity problem. So we want to get rid of that feast to famine cycle because it's so exhausting, isn't it? And I want you to know something important right now. It's not because you're not good enough. It's not because you don't have enough expertise. It's not because you don't have what it takes. And it's not because success is not meant for you, because success is meant for you. So stay with me and get that pen and paper because this is going to change everything. So before I get into it, I want to share something real with you. And you may already know this. I left the classroom as a professor of literature after 25 years and I loved it. And I thought my expertise would be enough to speak for itself. I have an AI certification from Vanderbilt. I spoke, I traveled, I did professional development. I thought that would be enough. I thought clients would come to me because I was qualified and because I had the credentials, right? And because I knew how to actually help people. And what I realized right away is clients didn't come. Clients didn't come because of that. Now, they came sometimes, but it was inconsistent. And we don't want that. Some months were amazing. Other months were wondering if I had made the right decision, having walked away from a college career to bet on myself as a full-time coach, consultant, speaker, and trainer. So does that sound familiar? Most of the people I work with, they're working a 9 to 5, or they're ready to transition from that. They're ready to be their own consultant, or coach, or speaker. They're ready to bet on themselves full-time. And I get it because that was me a few years ago. But here's what I really discovered. The problem was never my expertise. Okay, the problem was never my passion, because we have passion for a lot of things, right? And the problem was never my work ethic. What I needed was a clear system. I needed a clear system. I needed a clear message. I needed a framework that would attract the right clients consistently and turn my expertise into predictable income. And that's when I realized, with a clear system, a clear message, and a clear path for turning inconsistent clients into consistent ones, because my expertise was, okay, I know who I can help, I know what problem I can solve, and I know the results they can get. Then things turned around for me. So I built a system, and that's why people call me the queen of system. And the system that I built is called the Success Trifecta. I hope you had that pen and paper, because every coach, consultant, speaker, even a service-based entrepreneur needs a system. You need a signature framework, because that sets you apart. AI can't do that. Google, YouTube, we can get information from all of those people all day long for free, right? But when you have your own signature system, something that you know, you made, you've lived through it, you've worked through it, and you know it's proven, that's when you're going to turn that inconsistent revenue into consistent client. And that's when I built the Success Trifecta because I was like, I'm working with clients over and over. Been in my business full time almost 4 years, part time since 2015, a long time, and I was seeing the same thing over and over. There were only 3 systems, 3 steps to turning inconsistent revenue into consistent clients, and those 3 are brand, position, and growth. So I hope you're taking notes because today I'm going to walk you through the 3 keys inside of this framework, the Success Trifecta, that will help you turn inconsistent revenue into consistent clients starting right now. Now, if you haven't gotten down in the description below, I have a free playbook called From Clarity to Clients, because when you go and get clear, you get clients. And it's also a playbook where you're going to take these 4 steps that I'm teaching you today, and you're going to implement them so that you can turn inconsistent revenue into consistent client. So get down below in the description below and grab my free playbook, From Clarity to Clients, turn inconsistent revenue into consistent clients, because that playbook is going to change your life and change your business. So get the link down in the description below. So let's get into it. So let me share with you the 3 keys that I usually use with my clients, the ones that I go through. Each one, I want you to think about where you are right now, okay, in your business. Where is your brand right now? Because by the end of this video, you're going to know exactly where to start. All right. Key number 1, clarity. Until I got clear on my brand, I had inconsistent revenue. I could teach a few things. I could help people build a brand. I was speaking to everyone, which I was speaking to no one. And it wasn't a system. It was just something I loved, something I knew I could do. It wasn't in a system. It wasn't structured. So people were confused. They didn't know what they could hire me for. And so the first thing I would say to you is the first key to consistent clients is getting crystal clear and getting clarity. Okay. And so here's what I know about you. I know because I work with coaches and consultants and speakers. You are good at what you do. I know that about you. You have real expertise, because most of the people I work with, they're over 50, 60, 70. They got a lot of expertise, and you have helped people get real results. I know that about you. Okay. Because I work with these people every day, but sometimes it can be really hard to put into words exactly who you help and exactly what you do for them. People don't buy our programs. They don't buy our systems. They don't buy the things we sell. Those are byproducts. They buy how we can help them and the problem we can solve for them. That's what they buy. So we got to get into words exactly who we help and exactly what you do for them. For instance, I know into words now. I help experts, mainly coaches, consultants, and speakers who want to turn inconsistent revenue into consistent clients. And I know exactly what I can do for them when they finish with my Success Trifecta system. And we'll talk about that later. So this is what you want to get down on paper and get crystal clear on. Okay. And the thing about it is sometimes it's hard to put that into words. All right. And that is completely normal. It took me a long time to get crystal clear on my message. And once I did, everything changed. Most experts struggle with this. But here is why clarity is so powerful. When you get crystal clear on who you serve, the problem you solve, and the transformation you provide, everything in your business starts to flow. I know it did for me. You start getting consistent clients, the right clients start reaching out to you because you have a message that's so clear and it speaks to their problem. Your message becomes magnetic now. You don't have to chase clients. You don't have to be in the hustle culture. You don't have to be all over the place. Your message becomes magnetic. Clients reach out to you and the right people start finding you. Okay. So your conversations start converting. It's not just posting, because posting is not a strategy. I say that all the time, but your conversations start converting the right people. Clients stop being random. They stop the scroll and they start being consistent. And clarity is the foundation of everything. Once you get clear, you can have coaching programs. You can have on-demand courses, mini courses. You can have products. You can have your lead magnet, your signature framework. Once you get clear, clarity is the foundation for everything. Before I got clear, I had all of those things in place. A website, courses, products, but they were all over the place. They weren't aligned. So I want to ask you and tell you to say to yourself right now, can you describe your ideal client in one sentence? Okay. Can you name their number one problem? All right. And can you tell me exactly what their life looks like after they get through working with you? And I can tell you what my client's life looks like after they get through with my 30-day intensive or my 6-week 5K plus accelerator. When they get through with me, they're going to be clear on their message. No more scattered, no more second guessing. They're going to know who they want to serve as a brand. They are going to have a structured tier of offers. They're going to have a signature program and a path and a system to turn inconsistent clients into consistent revenue. That's what they're going to have when they get through with me. My number one problem with my clients are they have a lot of expertise. They have a lot of ideas and they're everywhere. They just don't know how to put them together in a system and start making consistent revenue. That's their number one problem. Okay, so you need to be able to know that. Now, when you can answer those 3 questions clearly and confidently, that's when marketing stops feeling hard. And it starts feeling natural. So for me, marketing feels very natural, and it's a system every single week. A system is simply a weekly process of what I do. And there are 3 systems to actually build a successful business. One is your messaging system, the one we're talking about right now, getting clear on your brand. A second system is your visibility system, where you're going to show up and position yourself. And the third system is the monetization, how you're going to take that and make money on a monthly basis. So that's pretty much the 3 systems that we need to have if we want to be consistent. So now marketing starts feeling natural. Okay. Because you're no longer speaking to everyone. And I always say, when you're speaking to everyone, you're speaking to no one. And when your message gets clear, your ideal client says, wow, you're speaking to me. He's speaking to me. She's speaking to me. And your client feels it. Okay. And that is the power of clarity. Right. So that's the first key, clarity. Key number 2, positioning. All right. So the second key is constant. It's great if you want consistent clients, and it's powerful. It's a powerful positioning strategy. Now let me ask you this. When someone lands on your website or your social media, your LinkedIn, your Substack newsletter, or they watch your content, do they immediately feel like you are talking directly to them? Okay. And we got to use simple language, down to earth language, conversational language. When they land on any of your sites, whether you have a website or not, or social media, or your YouTube, or your LinkedIn, or Facebook, or Instagram, wherever you are, do they feel like you are talking to them right off the bat? And I know when I'm talking about clarifying your message, building your brand, getting clients consistently, I am talking to my person right away. They're like, wow, I need to clarify my message. I'm getting revenue, but it's inconsistent. So your person needs to feel like you are talking to them right away. Do they instantly think, she is exactly who I've been looking for? Sometimes people reach out to me and they're like, man, you're exactly who I've been looking for. I wish I had found you earlier. So that feeling, that instant connection, that is the power of strong positioning. That is the power that will build a strong brand for you. Positioning is simply how you show up in the marketplace, okay? In a way that makes people feel like you see them, you understand them. Your ideal client recognizes herself in everything you say and do. That's actually what positioning is. Sometimes we make it really difficult. Oh, I don't want to market. Positioning is how you show up in the marketplace. And I have a 3-2-1 plan where I tell people, don't be everywhere all of the time, all over every social site, posting 2 and 3 times a day. Nobody has time for that. And I'm sure you don't have time for that. And my 3-2-1 plan is 3 days a week out of 7. Three posts 3 times and show up and position yourself 3 days out of the week. The 3-2-1. 2 is 2 platforms, a main one and a secondary. My platforms are LinkedIn and YouTube. And yours could be LinkedIn, it could be a Substack newsletter. And the one of the 3-2-1 is your one Substack newsletter, your one email a week. That's it. That takes about 2 hours out of the week. That's it. And that's very doable, whether you're working, you're busy. I know you are. So positioning and putting yourself in the marketplace doesn't mean being worn out, burnt out everywhere, posting everywhere, dancing on TikTok, or it's not like that anymore. Okay. You don't have to do all of that to position yourself where people feel like everything you say, everything you do is meant for them. And here's something that's really important. I want you to understand. Positioning is not about what you do. Okay. It is about the transformation you provide. I could say, what do I do? You know, I'm a teacher, I'm a trainer, I'm a coach. I'm an author, I write books. You see books behind me. Or I'm an AI consultant where I have my AI certification from Vanderbilt. Okay, what do you do? Okay, I do this. That is not why people buy us or hire us. It is not about what you do. Okay, it's about the transformation you provide. So whatever you offer, whether it's a book or a course or audio series or a lesson or coaching or whatever you offer, people need to know what kind of transformation am I going to get when I'm done with you or your services. So can you answer that? And I know when people are done with me for 30 days, some people do 3-session marketing with me for my 6K. My 6-week 5K program, my main programs, I know the transformation. They are going to be a different person after working with me for 4 weeks, 5 weeks, 6 weeks. They are going to be different. They are going to have a transformation in their brand, in their mindset, in their business. They are going to be different. It is not about what I do. It's about the transformation I provide once they're done with me. And it's supposed to be the same for you. Okay, so your ideal client is not waking up in the morning thinking about brand strategy or business frameworks. They're not. Those are the methods we use. Okay, your ideal client is waking up thinking about how can I get consistent clients? How can I get more money in my business? How can I get revenue and not have to worry about where my next client coming from? How can I not have to worry about am I going to make money for the bills next month? That is what they're waking up thinking. Okay, so they're thinking about stable, predictable income. We all are stable, predictable income. Month after month, because our bills and our life run month after month. So my client is waking up thinking about building something that actually works. For me, I like to think of it as creating a life and a business I truly want. Creating a life and a business I truly love. And I'm thinking that that's what people are waking up thinking, this is what I want. I want something that I want, I love, and it actually works. That's how it needs to be when they work with you. So when you are positioning correctly, you speak to that. You speak to their problem, you speak to their desires, you speak to their struggles, and they stop scrolling. Wherever they see you positioning yourself, they lean in, okay? And they think, this person understands me. And that's trust. Okay, the feeling of being understood is what turns a viewer into a client, because a viewer is just looking and keeping it moving. But when they feel heard, understood, and they feel like they can trust you, now they become a potential client, no longer just a viewer, and they want to get on a call with you, right? So strong positioning means you are always speaking to the transformation. Hope you got those notes. You're taking notes. Always means you're speaking to the transformation, not the process, but the result. And when you do that consistently over and over again, because repetition equals revenue, the right clients start coming to you. You're not chasing them because they believe that you can help them. Okay, so it's no longer the hustle culture. And that's a beautiful thing, isn't it? So let's get to the last key. Key number 3, monetization. And this is what I teach in the Success Trifecta. Key number 1 is clarity with your brand. Key number 2 is positioning so people come to trust you. And key number 3 is monetization. So the third key to consistent client is a simple monetization system. We have 3 systems: messaging system, positioning system, and monetization system. You have to make money, right? In your business, you want to, because you have a lifestyle that you want. And so now is where everything starts to come together, because here's what I see with so many brilliant experts, coaches, consultants. Here's what I see them doing. Sometimes they're posting on social media, maybe consistently, maybe sometimes they're showing up. Maybe they're showing up and they're posting to LinkedIn or whatever. They are networking, okay? Maybe online or offline. They are giving tremendous value, showing up with their content, giving value. And clients come in sometimes, but not consistently. And we want it to be consistent, right? And the reason is that there's no clear path, no system. I've been there. I know that. Lots of expertise, lots of knowledge. You can help people. You've helped people, but no clear path and no system. Everything needs a system. I finally realized that everything runs by a system. Your messaging runs by a system. Your visibility runs by a system. Your monetization runs by a system. Your coaching, your speaking, everything runs by a system. You might say, well, Marcia, what is a system? System for me is a simple weekly process. It's what I do each week. When I email, that's a system. When I show up on YouTube like this, that's a part of my system. When I'm on LinkedIn commenting and connecting, that's a part of my system. Everything is a system. And that takes someone from discovering you all the way to investing in you. And a simple monetization system gives you that path. And all you need is a path. When you have a system, it takes the path from inconsistent to consistent revenue. No more chasing, because you become magnetic, okay? And so it means that now you have a way to attract the right people consistently, and a way to nurture them into trusting you. And a clear offer and that solves their specific problem. In the Success Trifecta program, our 6-week 5K program, when they leave from me, everybody has a signature framework, an offer that solves a specific problem. So don't forget to get down in that description below, get that link to that playbook, the free playbook, From Clarity to Clients, because it also talks about how to create your system. And so now you have a simple way to invite people to work with you. Right? So when those things are working together, something magical happens. It happened for me in my business. Revenue stops being random. Okay. It becomes repeatable. It becomes predictable, and it becomes consistent. I like that. I'm going to say that again. When all of these things work together, when you're speaking to your client, you know the problem you solve, you have a specific system. Revenue stops being random. It becomes repeatable. It becomes predictable, and it becomes consistent. And consistent revenue is what gives you the freedom to create a life and a business that you truly love and truly want on your own terms. I know that's what I want, to create a life on my own terms. That's why I walked away from teaching at the college, and I loved it, to that time in my life. And I said, it's time for me to create a life and a business on my own terms. And so I say it's what you deserve. And it may be what you deserve too, if that's what you want. It's what you've worked for. I've worked a long time. You may have worked a long time. And that is exactly what a simple monetization system makes possible. So as we wrap up, we bring all these 3 keys together. Key number 1. So let me bring this together as you are hopefully taking notes, and we're wrapping up. Key number 1 is get crystal clear. Get crystal clear clarity. You want to get clarity. Know exactly who you serve, what problem you solve, and what transformation you provide. Key number 2, powerful positioning. Okay. And that doesn't have to be difficult marketing. Show up consistently. I like the 3 days a week. Doesn't have to be every day, in a way that makes your client feel understood, seen, and heard. Key number 3, the simple monetization system. Okay, build a clear path that takes your client from where they are now to where they want to be. And now they discover that it's time to invest in you. Okay, these 3 keys together are what I call the success trifecta: brand, position, and grow. And when all 3 keys are working together in your business, inconsistent revenue becomes a thing of the past. Okay, it does. Consistent clients become your new normal. For me, as a coach, consultant, speaker, I only want to take 2 to 3 coaching clients a month. I really like working with one-on-one coaching clients, but I'm only going to work with 2 or 3 of them a month. Okay, I don't need 10,000 followers. Okay, and I'm only going to do 2 to 3 speaking engagements a month. So that creates a path for 5K plus months, and I have a program for that. And if you want to know more about it, I'm going to put the email in the description. You can email, get on a 20-minute free call. So consistent clients become your new normal. No more chasing, no more running. And you build a business that you always known was possible for you. So before I let you go, you did not come this far. Okay, building your expertise, investing in your growth in your business, showing up for your clients. You didn't come this far just to stay stuck in the feast and famine cycle. Sometimes clients, sometimes not. And with these 3 keys, you won't stay stuck like that. You're too good for that. Your clients need too much for that. They need you. And the truth is, you are closer than you think. And I wish I had known this when I first started. The good news is you don't have to start over. You don't have to reinvent yourself. You do not need to be someone different. You just need these 3 keys working together in a system in your business. And I actually teach that, and you can reach out to me. And it's clarity, positioning, and monetization. Brand, position, and grow. And that's it. And you could actually start today. So I hope you'll drop some comments, because we love comments. Anything that you want me to make a video on, or your thoughts on this video, I hope it helped you, because your answers or your comments help me know what else to make for you. And if you are ready to start turning inconsistent revenue into consistent clients right now, get down below and get that free resource from Clarity to Clients Playbook. It's going to help you with all 3 of the things we talked about today. It walks you through exactly how to apply these 3 keys in your business. The link is in the description below. Grab it. It's free. It's my gift to you. And if you're ready to go even deeper, we also have a Clarity to Clients audio series, and that's waiting for you. I will put the link to that below. We have so many modules, bonuses, templates, scripts, and all of that in that Success Trifecta course. And it is valued at $476, but it's only $97 now. So the link is in the description below. And if this video helped you, give us a thumbs up, subscribe, and I cannot wait to see you in the next video.